Hello everyone, my name is Ian Walker and I am the creator of this tutorial. This is the how to draw BayMax tutorial. I'm using the software Sketchbook Pro version 10. I'm using my HP laptop and a Wacom Intuos tablet here. So this is a type of mobile setup that I use, and I'm hoping that this tutorial will help you guys who are just beginners and children learn how to draw. Okay, so without further ado, I am going to get started here. I selected a pencil here to start with the guidelines, and I'm going to choose a light blue, which is reminiscent of the light blue Prismacolor Colorase pencil that you generally can use as a guideline here. I'm going to start the first shape with a giant egg shape here that I'm going to draw, which is the base here, which is BayMax's body. So draw a big egg in the middle. Okay, remember when drawing your guidelines, it doesn't have to be perfect. Second lines I'm going to draw here is the head, where BayMax's head is going to go. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as you place everything where it needs to go. At the bottom here, I am going to draw the legs of BayMax. And as you notice, as I'm drawing these legs, they're going through the circles. Again, this is because these legs are guides, okay? I'm going to do the same thing for the arms here, starting with BayMax's left arm here, going through the main egg, and then the same thing on the right. Okay. And then I also continue that same trend when drawing BayMax's fingers here. Okay. The only fingers that are going to be shown pretty much are the forefinger and the thumb, since BayMax is staring straight at us. Okay, so I'm drawing those fingers on both sides here, and pretty much at this point the base construction lines of BayMax are all done. Now I'm bringing down the opacity on this a little bit. If you have the real pencils in real life, you know, all you have to do is do some light erasing. I've shifted now to a pencil, and I'm going to start drawing the actual character. Now, if you're following along, and again you're using a pencil, your lines are going to be a little bit more lighter, and that's perfectly fine. And you draw this over the blue lines. Okay. This point, you do have to get a little bit more perfect with the lines. Don't mess up. The advantage here to digital is you got Control Z. You can undo that mistake and start over. With pencil, you have that as well. Your Control Z is actually your eraser. So you can erase and start again. Just remember to follow the guidelines that you created there. And take your time, please, when you're drawing. There's no need to rush. You need to make sure that you get everything correct here, so that the drawing can be as accurate as possible, okay? So there's nothing wrong with taking your time. So right now, I'm going into drawing BayMax's fingers on both of his arms here. And as you notice here, I'm not doing any overlapping. The two lines on the side of BayMax's body don't go all the way up to his head. These circles where I'm drawing the feet are not going through his main body. Oops, again, I messed up right there. I'm sure I'll go back and fix that soon. Okay. Then in the middle of BayMax's face, very simple. You draw a line right in the middle of the face, and then two black dots at the very end, which are his eyes. And then in Big Hero 6, I don't know if you guys remember the little disk drive with the USB slot that was on his chest. You got to draw that in. On his feet, we got the dividing lines which kind of separate the legs from the feet, and then the same thing on his arms would separate his arms from his hands. Okay? And I did the same thing with his fingers. Even though his fingers don't bend and move, I put those in there. I'm actually not quite sure if those are in there, but on the design, but I put them in there. Now to add a little depth, instead of just a flat image, I've created a simple shadow here, and that's drawing a series of lines and then outlining the edge of those lines, which are similar to the shape of the head, and doing the same thing on the arms here on the inside. As you see, his arms are resting against his body, so since there's no light going there, it's going to form a shadow there. Okay, so doing the same thing on the other side. Nothing too extreme, just very simple. Okay, just drawing a series of lines along the edge of the body, and then drawing a main line around those lines. I like this kind of shadowing because it makes it look a little bit more organic. And if you draw it on paper, actually it looks a whole lot better when you're drawing it on paper. So those of you that are following along and doing this on paper, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've drawn the shadows underneath the feet. Now I'm drawing a smaller shadow with the same thing underneath the belly, because his whole belly is not laid up there. The belly does curve in, so you want to signify some depth with the curvature of the belly there, showing the absence of light there. Okay, now I've taken off the blue layer, and now you see the pretty much completed drawing of BayMax there. And now as part of the final step, I'm again with the line technique with the shadows. I'm creating a body shadow of where he's standing. He's a big guy, so he casts a pretty big shadow. Again, drawing a series of lines where he's standing, and then I'm going to go back and create a line along the edges of the lines that create the shadow there, to create an overall shadow of where BayMax stands. That was easy, wasn't it? Alright, and there it is. There's your drawing of BayMax. Very simple and easy character to draw. So I'm just writing his name here. Whenever you guys do art, always remember to write the character so people know who you drew if they're not familiar with it. And always, always write your signature. Create something unique to yourself. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.